Once again, a very warm welcome to all the viewers of this channel, which is Ritvik again. Today, we would like to discuss two aspects regarding the computer. I hope in the last video, we have gone through several aspects regarding the basics of the computer. So in today's session, we are seeing some of the new aspects that are related to the flowchart and algorithm in today's session. Before going through the session, today's session is a quite interesting session, mainly going to deal with the real-time aspects and real-time perspectives of the computer programming languages. Almost all the videos that are uploaded in this channel are basics for programming aspects as well as the subjects related to the computer science and engineering department. So today we would like to see some of the elements regarding the algorithm and flowchart. I hope everyone will enjoy this video. Subscribe this channel for more videos. Yeah, go on with the primary thing. Today we would like to see few aspects regarding the algorithm and flowchart. So these two terms are the basic essential terms that are required for the computer science and engineering department, basically related to the programming. Almost all the programming aspects and the concerns are going to deal with these two elements, particularly the algorithm and flowchart. In order to acquire the required programming skills, a person need to have a clear-cut essential idea on the algorithm and the flowchart. So today we'll have a brief look on these two elements. Let us just see what defines the algorithm. Algorithm itself defines a set of rules and procedures in order to resolve a particular problem. Let us just imagine any particular problem. Let us just consider a problem. Every problem, whatever it may be wise one or unwise one, we are going to deal with an accurate solution. And computer science engineers are supposed to build technical solutions for the problems. In this regard, algorithm is going to play an important role in problem solving operations. Basically, whatever might be the problem that is given, we need to track the various aspects of that particular problem. Those are defined as the various steps. How you are going to resolve that particular problem in few steps. Those are defined as the algorithm. So this algorithm is going to represent set of rules. And here we have a question. Why we need to have set of rules and instructions to solve a particular problem? Why? Why is it essential to go with step-by-step manner? Why it is required? So this is the question that arises when we talk about the algorithm. Let us just see few examples. Suppose let us consider you are traveling in a road and you have gone through some signal points where you can find a traffic signal point over there. You can see the red signal over here. There is red signal, there is orange, and there is green. When you are stuck up in the road, when you see these three signals, when there is red light, you ultimately going to stop. What makes you to stop at that particular point? Because it resembles a danger idea in our mind. That means when you go ahead from the red light, you are supposed to have an accident, stuck up with an accident. That shows a symbol, which is intrusionistic in our mind. So that makes us to stop at that particular point. These traffic signals, when you go through, so these three signals, what they are going to suggest? They are going to suggest some rules to us. When you have red signal, you need to stop. When you have orange signal, you are about to stop, about to start. it's a resemblance of warning to start, and when you have green signal, you can start. There is no danger. So likewise, when you are going to construct a house, when you want to do some paintings, when you want to have some foundation, you will have step-by-step manner. The primary step is the foundation. We need to have a good foundation. How much cement content should necessary? How much bricks are necessary to construct a house? These steps are being categorized as the algorithm. Here, algorithm is defined as all the steps that are able to resolve a particular problem. That deserves the algorithm. Now, let us go on to the next aspect, the flowchart. Then what does flowchart mean? It is also a step-by-step representation and approach. Then why it is necessary for a flowchart than algorithm? We have algorithm, right? Why we need to go for the flowchart then, apart from algorithm? The reason is that in the flowchart, you can have the pictorial representation or the graphical representation. This representation helps a user or a programmer to understand the flow of the steps. Here you can find the signals, three signals. When you have three signal lights, you ultimately understand that I need to stop when I have red signal. So what makes red signal resembles a danger that is registered in your mind, and that makes you to stop. Likewise, so this is one kind of representation. We are going to represent all the three steps in graphical manner, and that makes you to stop at that particular instance. So likewise, when you consider the flow chart, it also going to resemble the various aspects, the various ideologies regarding the algorithm. Whatever might be the steps that are developed in an algorithm, those are to be registered in a pictorial graph, so that whatever might be the step that we are using can be easily identified with the help of a flowchart. This flowchart is going to help you in almost all the aspects and all the elements regarding the programming. When you are familiar with the flowchart, you are familiar with the programming. When you are familiar with algorithm development, you are familiar with programming. So whatever might be the programs you are going to take, those are to be accustomed and adjusted. Let us just have few examples of this flowchart. So this flowchart consists of several set of symbols. One is the start symbol, another one is the arrow mark for the communication purpose or the connector purpose. Input output, it represents a parallelogram. Process, whatever might be the operations that we are going to do, that is going to represent with the help of a rectangle. And we have a decision box or diamond box, which is essential for decision support statements and whatever might be the necessary decision making statements. Those are to be defined in decision support statement box, decision making box. It can represent like a rhombus. So we'll discuss regarding these aspects in the upcoming videos regarding the decision making statements. These are the few steps to represent or to resolve any particular problem. Let us just have a simple example so that we can go ahead with that. Yeah. Suppose I would like to cluster and classify the ages of all the people who are above less than 14. They are, need to be in childhood. Who are less than 14 and less than 18, they need to be teenagers. And who are greater than 18, they are adolescents. So this age classification can be easily recognized by drawing a flowchart. Likewise, when I want to admit a school, depending upon the percentage of score, I need to use the decision support statements. I can represent the entire schooling or my entire sessions, whether I get the admission in that particular school or not. I can represent with the help of a flowchart. So these two flowcharts are mainly used to represent the decision support statements. The reason behind giving these two statements in this video is that we are going to look forward to see some of the views and ideas regarding the decision making statements and decision support statements in the upcoming videos. And in this channel, we are going to use some programming aspects as well. with regard to the decision making statements. So this is about the brief ideology of today's session and today's lecture. I hope you will enjoy this channel. Please subscribe this channel for more videos on programming aspects. Thank you all for watching this video. Subscribe this channel for more videos on programming. Thank you all.